Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast, a brand new episode this week where we're going to talk about the PSV Rangers game last night. First leg of the UCL playoff ended in 2 each. We'll talk about thoughts on that. It's a bit of an annoying result because if they wanted a lead at least to go out into away to Holland way, but we'll talk about thoughts on the game. The subs, I think a lot of people have had their talks about that, and just the overall game in general. And then we'll talk about the Hibs game as well, which is next on the horizon Saturday away there. So, as always, if you'd like, subscribe, share for us, always appreciated. And we'll jump into it then. Last night, Rangers, PSV, Ibrox, it was rocking. The occasion was there. The Champions League stuff was out in force. And it was nice to be involved in something so big again in this competition. It's been a long time coming, and it was a tough game. If we just start going into it, it was a tough game. I think we all knew it was going to be a tough game on the outlook of it. I think the team, when it came out, was kind of what I expected. Maybe not Davis, actually. I thought he would maybe go with Ryan Jack, but understand Davis, and you can see what Davis brings to the team with that first goal, that nice pass into Tavernier, and probably gives you something that maybe Jack or Kamara wouldn't. He gives you that killer pass. So I understand that. Played well for the 60, 70 minutes he was on as well. The team was pretty much spot on the way I thought it was going to be. Sands obviously came back in at centre half. Davies nowhere to be seen. Apparently it was read this morning he had a knocker, something like that. So we'll see the full story with that. But what was your thoughts on the lineup?
Just happy with me when I seen it, really. Because I understand obviously why my boy Sands was playing, because he's the GOAT. No, I'm joking. No, I was happy to see him. I'm a bit concerned with this whole left back situation with this guy we've paid money for. Why is he not playing? But obviously apart from that, I was pretty happy with the team sheet.
No, it was pretty standard. And to touch on your point there with Yilmaz at left back, I think Barisic the past couple of games has been decent. I think he's had to up his performances in that area. And just with Yilmaz coming in, I think he'll get
5 million signing out, but
I think he'll get bedded into the squad as time comes. I think he looked very nervous in his first game. Maybe didn't play as well as we can see, but I think in time we'll see him. I've actually got him in my lineup for the game on Saturday because I think it's a perfect opportunity to give him a start again, heading into obviously the game next Wednesday. So, with that situation, and the team was pretty much as standard as you can get. Tillman playing again, maybe off the right. This team sheet is probably totally wrong the way they've got the players' position, but Cholak obviously through the middle, Tillman maybe on the right. Tillman didn't have his best night. Couple of opportunities that he had, we had shots at goal, didn't put enough power in them, could maybe have slid somebody else in. And I just, as a whole, I think he maybe slowed down a lot of the attacks, and I just wasn't at it last night. But then again, you got to remember this guy's only 20. And we've steeped so much, obviously, pressure and praise on this guy right
no
past couple of weeks.
I know. I mean, I just think, listen, it's going to come with experience and age. You know what I mean? Obviously, first time back under the lights at Ibrox on a big occasion like that. I do think there's 1 or 2 times where he, especially in the second half, I think he could square Kent in. Kent's in all day, potentially leads to a goal. There's one in the first half where he takes it around them all. I think it led to a corner where he could have squared it in as well. But it'll just come with experience of playing in the game, what have you. I'm not going to be too harsh on the lads. But I didn't have the best. But as I say, it's one of the nights for him. He'll learn.
That's it. He's obviously done well the past couple of weeks, and since he's came to Rangers, he's looked a threat. Even last night, not playing as well, he was still taking on shots, I guess, and he was still positive. I just think he slowed a lot of the stuff down. Ryan Kent obviously came back in, which was good to see. Had a good first half. I think the majority of the game, I think he was our only outlet to really get forward and attack, as it has been, which is annoying because it felt like we didn't really get up the park if it wasn't Kent involved with it. So I thought Kent done pretty well. Cholak leading the line again, getting another goal, another fantastic goal as well. Done well. But I think that obviously the first talking point will be their goal for the corner. Just a poor goal to lose, especially at this level. You cannot defend the way we did at a set piece like that, you're going to get punished, as we did. Sangari ended up, he put that one in. Pretty luckily, I think, with the way it was gifted to him, but left ourselves 1-0 down. Do I think we were the better team in that time? I don't know. It was kind of even.
It was an even game overall.
It was even. You couldn't really pick one team. Each team had their moments, of course, but
I think way you look at it, mate. Both teams had their moments throughout the game. I thought first half, for me personally, I thought we were a better team. I thought we were moving the ball a bit better. I thought we grew into it. It was getting close to the half-time whistle, but just on that goal, I thought it was shocking. I thought Goldson was doing all right, and then obviously the goal happens. I don't know what McLaughlin's doing in the net, but Connor Goldson, for the two of the goals for me, goes hiding, and then he's quick to put his hands up and blame everybody else. This is what I'm on about sometimes with this guy. I'm like, take some responsibility. Do you know what I mean? Put your hands up and say, do you know what I mean? My fault. Let's go again. But I don't know. Two of the goals were just really poor to lose. As I say, I've been saying everybody's now talking about it. I don't understand how Balogun didn't get another year. I really don't. He shouldn't be in the stands. He should be on the park playing. For me, do you know what I mean? Because as you say, at back line, I know you're on about my boy Sands. Do you know what I mean? The size there. He's like 4 foot something. Do you know what I mean? If you imagine your Balogun playing there, you'd be solid winning the air duels. And you know what I mean? I guarantee that boy when I get that goal for the second one as well, with big Balogun in there, and he likes a goal in Europe and all, if I can remember, with Balogun as well. So, but I just honestly thought first half we were pretty decent. I was really happy with that mid later part with Davis, Lawrence and Lundstrom. I thought they all worked really well together. Lawrence's work off the ball is fantastic. Same as Kent. I thought Kent was obviously putting the miles in, coming back, trying back and picking the ball up. But honestly, I'm impressed with Lawrence so far, what I've seen. Davis, I mean, it's just a fine wine, isn't he? Just keeps getting better and better. But I was just one or two things I was a bit concerned with last night, as I say. Some of the defending for the goals and just the substitutions. I know we'll get on it. I'm really happy for Cholak. I'm happy he's getting these goals and he's proving people wrong. You know what I mean? So quick to judge him, which is unfair on him. But I'm just thinking to myself, Scott Wright in the Champions League night.
We'll go on to the subs as we go on, but thankfully we got into the game pretty early again. Kind of instant impact straight after the goal, which is good to see after going a goal down, coming back, and Cholak obviously getting a fantastic goal, finishing off. Really reminded me a lot of the Porto goal, Morelos' goal at home. Pretty much the exact same goal. Tavernier slid into him and he kind of had that acute finish. Obviously Morelos was a bit more of a volley, but same kind of goal. And good to see him get another goal at Ibrox. I mean, 4-4. He's doing a good job up there, especially when he's been basically the guy that we've had to rely on. So impressed with him, and I was impressed at that point after the goal as well. Like, we just sort of dominated PSV. That seemed like the moment there that if we had to make something happen, it was going to be then, because then half-time came and we just fell out of our rhythm. We were just sort of getting into it, and I just felt like half-time came at an unfortunate time and we just didn't start in the second half, really. I thought we were really lucky to even go 2-1 up, to be honest with you. We didn't create much. Cholak obviously had that one where he was saved by the keeper. And then Tom Lawrence obviously pops up, strikes it maybe well enough, but
Still there for the keeper.
Just a horrible error for the keeper. You get gifted with obviously going 2-1 up, and at that point you'd really need to defend it, and as a whole we just didn't defend at all well last night.
Don't think we did at all, mate. As I said, I thought second half we were asleep. I honestly didn't think we were playing really well at all second half. As you say, lucky with the goal. I thought PSV were a better team, but I think that sums up the game. I think the tie so far. First half I thought we were a better side. Second half they were fantastically the better side. Some of the decision making for the referee and all, dearie me. But honestly, the boy that gets the goal, if I go back on it, I think there's one or two times where you could have maybe given him a card early on. The Young should have got a card for pulling Connor Goldson's jersey straight off the bat. But overall, I thought their best players were at number 28 there. I thought he was fantastic, and obviously the boy's been linked with Man United. He seemed pretty decent as well. Joey Veerman, oh dearie me, that guy right there. I mean, pity Davis didn't actually give him a tackle. Davis didn't even touch him. He goes down greeting.
I don't know, man. He was obviously getting it tight because obviously circumstances and that. But as an actual player, I thought
he's fantastic, really good player.
Good player, can pick up a pass and that. But I get what you mean with you.
By the way, what about the handball and all in the first half?
Oh, well, I have not actually saw it back yet. It wasn't
that's a
on the
handball.
highlights, so
It hits the boy's hand more than the other claim. I think in the second half where it hits off. I can't remember whose stomach it is, off one of the players' stomach. But I thought that the first claim for handball off their number 3, that was, to me, that's handball all day long. And it would have been another penalty to Rangers, which I know some fan bases out there would have been so happy with.
no.
I'd have been snacky.
Well, it did go to VAR in the stadium, but I heard
I don't
after
trust
the game
the officials, mate.
if it hit off his sleeve or something, it's not a handball. That's what I heard. I've still not saw it. I've not
right off his hands, man.
Not saw it, so I'd need to go back and actually watch that, find a video. I've not seen it anywhere, right? But unfortunate. I mean, I guess we won't get every decision, but you think with VAR and all that would be doing their job. But as I say, I'll need to probably see that back. And I think as a whole, looking at the 90 minutes, I think we were strong in parts of the game, maybe lucky in other parts, and probably a fair result was a draw at the end of the night. 2 each. It's sort of better for them though. They've came here, they've done their job, and they've basically got to take it back there and win, which is obviously going to be positive for them. But now we need to go out and go and combat their atmosphere and go play them at home, which is obviously going to be a tough game. And it's the prize that's waiting after the game. It's so massive, so big.
I get caught up thinking about that.
You can't think about it. It's got to be a game of football. It's got to be just play the game, and then obviously if you win the game, it's obviously a big reward after it. But it's going to be a tough game over there. I thought PSV, they held the ball well, passed it well as well when they were moving forward with a lot of pace. They've got players that can hurt you there. A strong defence. I think we'll need to back up our ideas in terms of the attacking sense if we have to go out there and really hurt them. And
it's crazy to me. See the substitution they brought on that defender. On for Everton. Everton are never going to get Champions League, and this boy's potentially getting it with PSV. I thought that was a bit mental, man.
I seen him coming on after the goal, actually. And should probably touch on the defence, the 2 centre-halves. I've seen a lot of criticism coming for James Sands after the night. I think he's always going to be the easy scapegoat. He's kind of playing out of position. He's a lot of people think he's not supposed to be there. I probably think he is a centre half now. If he's played there for near enough the full season so far. But Connor Goldson, I think he's partner in crime there, was the one to blame last night for the 2 goals. Gets a yellow card there as well. I think he was really sloppy at times, and especially with defending his area as well and winning these duels has to be better. And I thought Sands done pretty much a solid job next to him. It was just so happens Golson didn't have that great a game, but that annoys me when I see criticism coming for Sands when he didn't even do anything wrong last night. He literally he's filling in at centre half. I seen another tweet come up as well. If he was came through the Rangers Academy, everybody would be hating him up and ever. So I think we just need to appreciate the guy and think, look, he's in there, he's doing a job. He's playing in fucking Champions League football at the end of the day, and he's only 22 years old. He's handling it. He's doing well. Just needs to be more physical in the air and stuff like that. That will probably come.
But I know that's your one criticism of him, but
my criticism is always going to be when the ball goes in the air. I just feel he's weak, and I think that could get targeted. But I think in all other aspects, he reads the game well. He can pass well. He's got the physicality to go toe to toe with players at the feet. So,
well, obviously we're still to see Davis and what Davis is like, and what have you. But I just think that's why you keep Balogun another year. Do you know what I mean? For things like that, physicality in the air, and what have you. But I thought my boy never put a foot wrong last night. Thought he had a fantastic game yet again. Connor Goldson is at fault for me personally with the 2 goals. I really don't know what he's doing. He's supposed to be a leader, and he's shirking like that. What are you doing?
No.
I don't. For the first goal as well, I kind of blame McLaughlin and all. What is he? I see he's trying to hang me where the pass is going, but at the same time, I really I don't know. But overall, mate, I think it's a pretty even game. I think it's MD can take it really for me. I think they're a decent team. I really do. I think they're a decent side, but I think they're beatable. I think on our night, I think if we play like we've played beforehand in Europe, I think we can blow them away, absolutely. But it's one of them now where we've got to go out and perform away and see what happens. I definitely will get a goal. I think they've conceded in, is it all games they've played so far this season? Is that, if I'm not mistaken?
I read that apparently last night. So they ship goals to Monaco in the last tie. So we should be going there and definitely confident that we can do something. We really need to be more creative and more secure in the ball.
Yeah.
When I was watching PSV, they didn't panic in the ball. They were just moving it
But
nicely,
that's a
and I
lot that I was
wish we were
noticing.
that too.
Aye, that's what, sorry to hang you, mate, but that's what I was noticing as well. Is a lot of our players sort of, when they get the ball, it's sort of, I don't want it, you take it. It's not, do you know what I mean? As you're saying, the calmness on the ball to be like, right, cool, let's just play our game. But aye, we'll see what happens second leg. Hopefully we're here. We've got smiles on our faces, and we're hearing the Champions League anthem back at Ibrox again.
No, well, there was the stats for the game as well. Just before we move on to the Hibs game, 12 shots, 7 on target. I can't even remember us having 12 shots. Honestly, the game just seems like a bit of a blur to me at the moment for some reason. But 55% possession. They've also had 9 shots as well. So, it was even as can be really when you look at the stats there. And it is open. It's open for anybody to take, as you say, and. Hopefully we're there next week and we're talking about some positive, but we have to move on to play Hibs away first, which notoriously is always very, very tough, no matter what kind of form Hibs are in, what stage they are going through, also going through a rebuild and now with Lee Johnson. So, we'll see what happens, but they've started off the season pretty poor. Lost to Livingston, I think, last week, 2-1. Draw with Hearts, and I can't remember their first game of the season, but poor start to stuff for Lee Johnson Hibs anyway, and we should be going there, and obviously with the intention to go win the game and win it pretty comfortably.
You see any players getting rested? Maybe Gio probably thinking about Wednesday. Maybe rest a couple.
The team that I put together was McLaughlin. I think he'll start still. Tavernier, Goldson. I think if Davies had a knock, don't know if he'll risk him. I think he'll just stick with Sands because he knows Sands is probably going to play next week as well. So why not keep that partnership together? And as I said earlier on, I think if we're going to play Yilmaz, why not play him now? Seems like obviously it's got a tough game, a tough venue to go to, but I would play him. Lundstram and Jack for me in the middle of the park seem to work pretty well away from home. Davis maybe going to be kept for next week. We thought that for what game did Davis play again? It was at Kilmarnock at home, and we thought he was going to play, and then he didn't. So the midfield's still kind of up for grabs in terms of everybody else bar Lundstram. So I think Jack will come in. Kent, I think he needs more minutes. Lawrence in the middle of the park, I think deserves to play. Matondo back out on the right hand side because I can't see Scott Wright again, and then Alfredo Morelos. I think it's probably the time to give him maybe 60 minutes for a start. I think it'd be beneficial to us to have him start, get 60 minutes into him, bring Cholak on, and have the 2 strikers ready to go for the game on Wednesday. So I think it'll be something pretty similar. Might be totally far off in the Yilmaz thing, but as you say, why pay to get the money for the guy and not play him? So
that's my point there. Why pay the money for this boy and not even play him? I know you understand about embedding him into the squad, and it's going to take time and all that, but still, he's got a price tag on his head. Sorry, and you've got to play him for me. It was the same last night. I'm still baffled. I went to my bed last night thinking to myself, why did Matondo and Morelos not come on? What was the thing with that? But it's interesting that obviously we're talking about the middle part that your guy Glenn Kamara there's no getting a wee shout, Jack. I thought you maybe put Kamara in for the weekend.
I don't know, man. Kamara's kind of came on last night, of course. Never really done anything wrong. He just kind of kept the ball rolling, but I feel better with Jack and Lundstram playing together, to be honest with you.
Especially in this kind of game.
Especially in a game I get Hibs away. Like, I think Kamara's maybe that guy to maybe come on and come in for one of the 2, but I don't know. Kamara's kind of been off form recently, kind of been out of the picture, so we'll see. I think Jack had a good game, St Johnstone at home, so see no reason why you can't go and start again and build him up and get him some minutes. It's good that we've got the squad that we do, that we can make these sort of changes. I just hope I don't see Scott Wright in the park, because I think as soon as Scott Wright came on the park, I think that maybe eliminated us for the game even more last night. we were already kind of out of the game in terms of like an attacking sense. We needed something going forward. I just don't think Scott Wright was that guy, and Scott Wright's not going to be the guy at that level, I'm afraid. And it's annoying because Gio clearly has some sort of soft spot for him, but anytime he's on the pitch, he's just caught like a rabbit in headlights all the time.
Well, you can say I was proven right there with Scott Wright, mate. He's a wasted jersey for me, man, especially in Champions League football. That's what I'm on about. How do you have him and Matondo on the bench and not think to yourself, you know what, throw Matondo on? I could not believe that Scott Wright was coming on. Anyway, it's disgusting for me, but I hope he picks the right team for the weekend. I would, see, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if Scott Wright starts against Hibs or something. It wouldn't blow
This
my
could
mind.
be his playing field, to be honest with you. This is, I just genuinely think this guy's not going to be good enough for European
For
football.
one person, as I said to you, that I feel it for Fashion Sakala. What's the guy done wrong?
And guy's done nothing wrong, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
I think it's clear that there's something maybe, like obviously we heard the rumours of him going out on loan, maybe going to Burnley, like transferring out of the club or something, and then since then he's not even got on the pitch. I don't get it either, because I think he's a better option than Scott Wright coming on, like without a doubt. Gave you goals last season, gave you pace going forward, and I just don't get it either. With Sakala, what's the point of having him there if you're not going to play him? Why not sell him and bring somebody else in? No, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it now. But
even on touching on just the team sheet here as well, maybe Scott Arfield's another one that maybe is a good shout for this game as well. I can see Scott Arfield probably coming on if he doesn't start. I seen him warming up last night as well. I thought he was going to come on.
No,
maybe get that kind of scrappy goal. I just thought that's kind of his game, really, innit? Do you know what I mean? Where it's evilly kill and he gets that wee scrappy one like he did at Livy. But overall, I'm hoping we can go away to Hibs. Obviously, a difficult game, but hopefully we can go there, get a couple of goals, get people minutes, and then back up the road and rested for the journey all the way over to the Dutchland.
It's going to be it's going to be a tough game regardless, as we say, against Hibs. And they'll definitely be up for it. Martin Boyle obviously back now. But they look disjointed as a team, really. I watched the highlights against Livingston, and I mean Livingston's first goal, the big striker just went and ran through unchallenged and just scored.
I like that guy a lot.
He scored another good goal for Livy. And then your man for Leeds, again, nowhere to be seen in the tackle. He scored the equaliser, obviously. But
to be fair, Leeds have just loaned out another winger to Motherwell. He signed him for Motherwell. He's went back and going to Motherwell. So keep an eye out on him. He might do one or two things in the league.
Interesting.
Get that relegation team up, you know what I mean?
No. But as we say, it's going to be a challenging week. We've not got a home game to look forward to. It's 2 tough away trips, and hopefully we come out with both of them with a victory in the league and a victory in Holland.
What is your thoughts of? So I know some people, I know Ali McCoy's so happy with it. I mean, see, to me, it doesn't bother me. I'd rather play more games and get the sharpness going and whatever. But what about the fact that PSV's next game is this tie, and they don't need to worry about league football? They can just focus on this game. For yourself, is that something you would have liked for us?
I personally, I want to play as many games as we can now. I think it can only set you in a good way, to be honest with you. We've obviously got an influx of new players. It's starting to look a lot better than it did in the very start of the season, looking a lot better as a team. And I think if we keep that going and going to places like Hibs and going to places like PSV and all that, it's going to obviously gel you together pretty quick. So I think a game at this weekend, especially with the kind of game it is going to be key for us, to be honest with you, to get us ready for the game in Wednesday. Because as we were talking about it, look, we're going to hopefully get minutes out of Kent again and Morelos, get him ready. And I wouldn't like to not have a game and then they're just kind of thrown in. To be fair, I almost thought Ryan Kent was about to score their worldly last night. See, what was that, around about second half, end of the game, where he skinned like 2 or 3 of them. He almost got through and goal. I thought, oh my God, he's about to score a worldly here, but wasn't it to be. But we'll look forward to it. It was obviously kind of a mixed bag last night in terms of emotions and still is, but the tie's open and we look forward to it. Look forward to the game Saturday as well. So as always, if you could give your thoughts on the game, who would you start on Saturday? Who would you start on Wednesday? And how did you think the team played last night? What do we need to change? And we'll go for there. But Aye, if you could like, subscribe, share for us, always appreciated. And we'll be back next week with another episode.